Hey everyone, I'm in Farming Simulator 22 and I'm going to show you how to buy things. So we're going to have a little look at how to buy vehicles, objects, different supplies, all that sort of stuff. And you can do that by hitting the screen's icon, which is the one to the left of your Xbox sort of light up button. And that'll bring you to this page here, and you can flick between the different sort of areas with the RB or LB buttons on your controller. So this is aimed specifically at Xbox Series X, Series S and Xbox One. So as we flick through these, this will then depend on what you know best about farming. If you're after a particular brand, you could use the brand search, or you could go through the vehicles or the tools or the objects, whatever you need. So let's first of all just have a little look at an example of one way to search. So let's have a little look at harvesters, for example. If we look at the harvesters here, you can see lots of different harvesters. So if you know your brands, you may want a particular harvester, or you may not have a clue. So if you don't have a clue, what should you be thinking about? There's some basic differences between them, so you can see, do any of them do any particular difference of harvesting materials? Doesn't look like it, so they're all the same. You see, just to the bottom of each of these, there's like the little picture of each of the crops. That's all the same. However, there is a difference with the litres, which is how much grain they can store at any one point. So generally, the more expensive ones can hold more grain before they need to be emptied by a trailer. There's also a speed difference with some only do 12 miles an hour, some 24. So this John Deere one, although it's 285, holds 10,000 litres, goes 24 miles an hour, whereas this top liner goes 12 miles an hour and holds 8,500 litres. So it's just personal preference. Obviously, the faster it goes, in theory, the quicker you can get the harvest done. So if we decide we're going to go with, say, one in the middle, let's go with this top liner. So here's the top line here. And if I go, okay, that looks interesting, I could then opt to buy it by hitting A if I wanted, and that would cost me 129,500. Then just hit A, yes, to go ahead. I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to show you some other options. Down below that, if you don't want to spend that outright, another way you could look at it is to lease the item, and you can do that by hitting X, and then it'll say, do you want to lease it for 6,500? So that's going to lower your monthly cost rather than one big outlay. You can lease it and pay that 6,500 as you go. Which may be more economical, certainly by thinking about your bottom line on a monthly basis. It's obviously over the long term, it's probably going to ramp up a bit more expensive, but that's just personal preference. So you've got the two options there for buying something. So let's just come back out of here because I want to explain some other things. Because, for example, with a harvester, that's just the machine. You also need the tool that goes on the front of the harvester. So you need to think about things like that. And that brings me to thinking about another area here. If I right button over, there's these packs, and the game has set up some options for thinking about harvesting certain things or working with certain things. So if we think about grain, for example, it says, okay, if you're going to work with grain, this is what we suggest. We've got this tractor, and then the harvester, and then we've got the header, that's the thing I was trying to think of, and then this trailer here, and also trailer, this one here, this one, and this as well, to plough the field, and this one, I don't even know what that is. What's that? I don't even know. Oh, is it a seeder? Could be a seeder, possibly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you're a bit confused what something is, sorry, it's a cultivator. Cultivator prepares the field for the next sowing. This one's used to seed crops like wheat, barley, or canola. So this is saying, if you haven't got a clue, buy this lot, and you've got everything you need to sort out grain on your farm, in theory. So it gives you an idea rather than just think, manually what you need to do. So if I wanted to go for this, I hit A, and then I could customize all these the same way, like adjust the wheels if I wanted, or I could lease, whatever we want. But it's just, you still have to buy the bits individually, but at least it's giving you an idea of something to buy, So that's another option. Another thing to have a little look at is if you right button to the used vehicle sale, you can sometimes bag a bargain, and if you're after a particular thing, like you can see here, this is 67% off, so maybe we could get away with this header for the harvester, and this, what's this? That's for tree logs, so, but that might save us a bit of money. The condition might not be so good, so it might need a bit of repairing, but they are a lot cheaper, so you get some bargains there now and again. This area would show you items that you own and items, excuse me, items that you lease, and the different brands that we've got here. So if we actually want to buy something, let's have a little look. So let's buy a couple of things just for an example. So we'll buy this top liner here. I'm going to buy that one outright, say yes, just so you can see how things are then added and how they come to the shop. Let's come back out here and then I'll look at a large tractor. I'm going to go with that John Deere there. That one I'm going to try leasing. So let's say we can pick that up from the shop. And then if we go over to the tools, we could think about, what could we think about? Maybe a plough. Let's have a little look at all these ploughs. There's all these different ploughs here. I'm going to go with that one. That looks good. I'm going to lease that one as well. Okay, cool. And the other thing that we didn't really cover quite yet are you can get different bags of pellets and things for different things like seed, fertilizer, wheat. What else we got here? Same sort of thing, but solids and stuff like that. You could also get stuff for feeding animals and things here as well. So that's all an option as well. But now if we look in the owned and the leased items, I can see what I own and what I lease. Okay, so if I come back out, you can see at the minute I can't see anything on my farm, and it did say it's all at the shop. Now you can quickly jump to any vehicle that you purchase by using your right or your left button on your controller, on your D-pad, and you can see now this one just so happens to be a drivable vehicle, so we're good here. We can also see that we've got the plough next to it for the tractor here, and I just remembered I should have bought a weight for the tractor as well. Not sure whether I'll be able to attach this without getting that weight. Let's have a little look. It might do it, Could probably do with a good weight as well. There we go, so I could take that away with me, but I'm probably going to have to come back for a weight. So if you forget anything, you can go back to the shop with the button here, and then just go and have a little look at the other bits that you needed. I'm trying to think what it was. I can't think of the... Yeah, it is called a weight. There we go. No, I missed it, that one. So I could just pick whatever one. Let's go with that. Yeah. And then that's just going to help with holding certain things. Not sure whether you need a weight on this particular plough. I suppose this isn't too heavy. There we go. So I've got the weight on there. And then I can drive that back to the farm like so. The other thing you can get here as well is bags of materials like seeds or fertilizer or stuff like that. And I'll just stop this here just to annoy everyone on the motorway and just show you that again in the shop. Whoops. So you've got pallets, big bags, that sort of stuff. So if we go with the big bag pallets, I could go with solid fertilizer, for example. And let's say, do you want to buy it? You go, yep. And then again, just like we saw with the other things, that's going to show by the shop. There's my pallet, and then if you bring a machine that would use that, so we'd need obviously a machine to spread the fertilizer, and then you can load it up when you're at the shop. That's it really for how to buy stuff in the game. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up please, that's much appreciated. Any comments welcome. Obviously this is aimed at Xbox Series X. If you found that useful, it'd be great to know. And if you like this sort of stuff, have a little look at the rest of my channel. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks so much.